Hey, it's the Fort Worth Playboy.
And my Playboys Bunny.
And what today's topic is to meet more girls, you need to put yourself in the right environment.
Yeah.
Because I think that a lot of guys, let's say, they don't realize that if you're an HVAC technician,
Yeah.
you lay asphalt for a living, you're
Yeah.
in construction,
Seriously.
anything that there's like no
Plumbers.
women, you might not even see a girl other than at the QT you won't even see them in the morning.
Well, even in more of an office environment, there are some industries that are so male dominant.
Yeah, like
that
engineer,
short of a couple of old secretaries, there's not a lot of female interaction.
Yeah, and we kind of assume, I mean, like we're in the gym business and there's guys that are bartenders, but I mean, you want to put yourself, if meeting women is your priority, you have to recognize that maybe where you're at physically throughout the day or in the evening isn't ideal.
Yeah.
Because it just makes it easier. And I was blessed by pure luck that literally from being 15 or 16, I was always in high contact environments.
Seriously.
You know?
He worked at a movie theater as a kid.
Yeah.
And then he worked at an amusement park, like a water park here that's like huge for years.
Like at bars.
And then bars
gyms.
and strip clubs and gyms
Yeah.
and comedy clubs.
Yeah.
And that's you've had no shortage of interaction with females.
But that's okay, but guys go like they say, what is the best environment to meet women? Think of college.
Yeah.
A college campus is the best environment. You will never be in a better environment than those 4 years or 5 years that you're in college, because everybody is at about their peak in attractiveness.
Yeah.
You have lots of free time and very little, if any, supervision.
Exactly.
And the girls can kind of stay anonymous. I mean, that's like 3A, of best points. They can kind of they're at that age that they want to kind of experiment, but it's not going to get too crazy and there's not a lot of damage. But think about walking across the college campus. Hey, how are you doing? Hey, good morning. Good morning.
Yeah.
I mean, they're good looking or passable, slim women literally everywhere.
Everywhere.
And most are single. I mean, it's just not going to get better than that. So from there, that's what you extrapolate out is where are there a lot of women? Because the thing is, if you want to meet girls and, you literally are like an HVAC technician, it's hard. The bar scenes are okay. You kind of have to, the thing about learning how to pick up women is you need lots of repetitions. And that's why I always encourage guys to go towards online dating as kind of like, what would you say, foundational.
Yeah.
And then going out to clubs or bars or going out to sports bars with their friends. Because if you're already meeting girls online and sharpening your skills with lots of repetitions, you're going to be much more relaxed and much better in person.
Yeah.
When you're out and about. Because it's nothing. You went out with 2 girls just 2 days ago, and then you're in a bar and you're talking to another girl.
Yeah.
You think nothing of it, as opposed to if you haven't spoke to a girl in a month.
Except
and now you're except for your sister.
Yeah.
So environment matters. And again, if you go to like a nightclub, girls expect to be talked to. But it does make it harder because they have their defenses up. So
and everyone else is trying to talk to him also.
Exactly. You have more competition, but it's also known for that. So a lot of it does come down to environment. But if you're in a small town, it makes it hard to meet a lot of girls. And guys, one of the first questions I ask when guys reach out to me about struggling is I go, where do you live?
Yeah. Because
if they're in like, Winnebago, Iowa, I'm like, have you had sex with most of the girls there? And they're like, well, yeah.
Yeah.
And all 4 of them,
Yeah.
And you got to move to a bigger city. You literally, for guys that are like truly desire to be womanizers, they have to pick up and move.
Well, at the very least, I would say spend the weekend in the city.
Yeah.
Even, spend the weekend in the city with buddies or whatever. Practice your skills, sharpen your skills.
Or even every weekend.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Town. Yeah.
That's what I'm, as much as you can afford the time and financial budget of it.
Use online so you'll have somebody lined up.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what I realized when I was single and really starting to learn game. And I live in, how many people, or is there at least 1 million here in Fort Worth?
I don't have a clue.
It's a large,
yeah, I would say so.
Middle city in the middle of America. There are literally more women that would have sex with me than I could ever have sex with in a 5-mile radius.
Right.
From where I'm sitting at this time. I mean, that's, if you're in a larger city, a large urban city, it's literally limitless. And there's an endless supply of girls.
Yeah.
Because girls are always turning 18. Girls are always breaking up. Girls are going through divorces. Girls are getting out of the game. It's literally an endless supply of girls. So you don't ever have to worry about running out of them.
No.
And that's probably one of the worst things mentally you can think of is like, I'm going to run out of girls. Because in a small town, you can truly run out of girls. Girls. I mean, by the time you graduate high school, everybody's had sex with who they're going to have sex with.
Well, and we were just laughing at that because where I went to high school in Central Texas, most of my graduating class still lives in that area. They still live there. Yeah. Whether it's the same town or not, they still live there.
Yeah.
And most of them seem to be married to people that they dated or at least we hung out with in high school. It's like, oh my. You can't go very far in that town without running into someone you've slept with or someone you passed on.
Exactly. And that's the thing. You have to it's kind of like selling high dollar items. You want to be around wealthy people. You want to be where you don't have to be that good. And that's,
right, for success. Because you need
successful.
Some small wins. You need to be able to be pretty good at it without much effort.
So you kind of have to inject yourself into environments where there's a lot of girls, because quite often your struggles, if you don't really know, you simply don't have enough girls to choose from or to run from or to select from. So environment matters immensely, just like logistics. These are things that guys generally don't, unless you place it in front of them, they don't notice it. They don't realize it. They're like, God, I've been trying these lines and this and that, and I'm just not getting it. Well, the girls they've seen you forever. Yeah. And you're presenting a new personality to them, and they're like, it throws them off.
Well, and I will say also, I mean, I know Fort Worth was just like, move. And I know it's not that simple. Yeah. We know that. But I will say that, let's say, we always use the HVAC repairman as like our prime example. But if you are in an environment work-wise where you don't encounter a lot of females, I think it makes it all the more critical, especially if you can't move to a larger area, to really focus whenever you do go out in the evenings or on the weekends, not to just visit the bro bars, not just go to the sports bars with your buddies. Dress well, look your best. Don't go out there looking like you practically just got off work just because you're going out with your friends. Look nice. Look like someone who is attractive to women. Go to places that you will meet women. Don't just go to the Buffalo Wild Wings and watch TV and drink beer with your guys. That is not going to pick up women. No. You can flirt with the waitress. She has to flirt with you because you're tipping her. Yeah. That is not the same thing.
No. And the third tip on this, in placing yourself in the right environment, if you do have a straight guy job, but you're in either a college town or closer to a major metropolitan area, you can get a part-time job like as a bartender. Yeah. Or working the door at a club. Yeah. And it puts you in the environment and gives you a reason to be in the environment. And it gets you good at meeting a lot of girls.
That's
I mean,
good.
there's probably no better job than bartending to build the social skills needed to pick up women or sell stuff or do deals.
Yeah.
But again, you know, if you're only making, if you're not, even if money's a challenge for you or not, but it's one way of like you can pick up a couple shifts a week, you know.
Yeah.
And usually, you know, a Friday, Saturday night, and you're set.
Well, and that's a good point. I mean, it's great to get a job as a bartender or a bouncer or a doorman.
Exactly.
And then you're actually getting paid for stuff that
getting
you
paid.
would be paying for.
Exactly.
It's a win-win.
Yeah, there's no downside to that. I mean, you know, and it's not work like any other work.
Yeah.
You know, it's a very common job for guys to do as a second job or moonlighting. But that's just an idea if you want to put yourself in the right environment.
Yeah.
And that allows you to just be around more women. And very quickly you realize that being in a good environment, you get better, but you like she says, you'll get more small wins from the get-go.
Yeah.
And that's what you need to help build momentum.
Exactly. Yeah. Put yourself in environments where you're looking your best, you're looking good, you're feeling good, you've got confidence, and where women are putting themselves out there trying to look their best and trying to attract the eye as well.
Exactly.
Because then that's a winning combination.
Perfect.
We hope you win.
Yeah. Have a great day.